Ciao, everybody. Welcome back to the Bianconerizone live show. My name is Julian Gennady. It is the live at 5. Um, I'm going solo today. Alejandro's ditched me. Justin's ditched me. It is me, myself, and always me, as Drake would always say, my fellow Canadian. What is up, everybody? Today we will be talking about, as the thumbnail says, Juventus are in a financial crisis. I'm going to be reading you a financial account on Twitter, Swiss Ramble, basically a bunch of financial jargon that puts us in a very, very awkward situation in terms of money and economics. If you watched Justin and I's After Dark last night, we talked about it a bit, not the nitty gritty of the actual numbers, but we did go into it a bit. And here we go. Also, because it's not we, it's I'm going to address the Ballon d'Or, what happened there, and two or three potential. Well, no, now it's four players either recovering or on the injury report once again. So, before we do all that, please like the video if you haven't already. Let's try and get to 50 today. That'd be great. And then it won't be too much of a long one today, unless we do a Q&A, because we might do a Q&A after I'm done reading the disaster of our financials. So let's do that first. I'm going to read, and if this gets boring, I apologize, but it is boring. It's a boring subject. This is from Swiss Ramble on Twitter. Pretty reputable account when it comes to finances and Juventus in general. It's taking into account last year's numbers and why we've seen this summer in particular, why we can only muster up Kostic, Paredes, Pogba, Di Maria. Basically, we spent no money, or we spent money that we only earned from sales. So it starts off by saying Juventus, the 22 accounts cover a season when they finished fourth in Serie A, won the Coppa Italia, but were eliminated in the Champions League last 16, as what's been happening the past 4 years. The club noted that finances were once again significantly penalized by the pandemic. Some thoughts in the following thread. And there are a bunch of charts here. I'm going to just read numbers, and I will tell you what my little major... I majored in business or international business and economics when I went to university, but I'm going to do my layman's terms to try and sort this all out. Juventus pre-tax loss widened from 208 million to 252 million as revenue dropped 35 million, 8% from 450 million to 415 million profit. Profit on player sales fell 3 million to 28 million. So basically, that really doesn't have anything to do with the pandemic. That's just we sold players. I remember a couple of years ago we sold players, fringe players, for quite a lot of money. It was the financial doping that we were doing. We were selling Portanova to Genoa for crazy money. Sturaro, same thing. And last year we didn't really do that. We didn't get to those amounts. So that's why we took a hit there. It makes sense, but that shouldn't be our be all and end all when it comes to the healthiness of our club. So I don't know why it's not a big deal in my opinion on selling the fringe players, because that's what it really comes down to. Because again, we still sold our wage bill got way off the books when we sold Ronaldo. We still sold Ronaldo for not profit, but for some money, and we sold other players as well. Operating expenses rose 1 million. Again, that has nothing to do with the team itself. That has everything to do with how you manage and operate a business. So that is strictly due to Agnelli and what he's hiring. Is that the social media crew? Is that they sent the whole team to USA and they had to do stuff over there? I don't know. And then while net interest payable increased 5 million to 16 million total. So yeah, and Anas is saying right here, the debt number is scary. Absolutely it is. Again, some of it's due to pandemic prices or the pandemic, but now we're pretty much as a world coming out of it. There's no reason why the stadium shouldn't be full. But, like, in terms... Sorry, I'll say that again. There's no reason why... Yeah, no, there's no reason why the stadium shouldn't be full. Except for crazy ticket prices, lack of atmosphere, and shit team. There's three reasons. Like, if the team was good, that stadium would be packed. Let's not kid ourselves here. So, they're shooting themselves in the foot at this... Well, in terms of trying to generate some revenue. The prices on everything is just so crazy. They're selling... Remember last year when Justin's like, oh, they're selling a fold-out chair for 80 euros? Who does that? Who does that? What team sells a fold-out chair for 80 euros and think people are going to say, yeah, it's a great idea, I'm going to buy that? I would love to see the numbers that go into that a little bit more to see how many we actually sold out of that. Jersey sales, how are you going to sell jerseys when you don't have primo players? How are you going to charge 230 euros for a Fabio Moretti jersey? How do you do that? So the business world on off the pitch stuff, you're spending money on Coca-Cola halftime shows. You're spending money on Kabi Lame, that guy, that TikTok social media star to appear. Like, there's stuff that there are more pressing issues that you have to do with the club before you commercialize it, before you think of doing anything else commercially, like the Coca-Cola halftime, like that random DJ that performed before the game started. I think it was against Bologna. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. No one cares about that stuff. No one cares about the Coca-Cola halftime show, the DJ that started off the pregame against Bologna, the Kabi Lame showing up at the stadium a couple times. Nobody cares. We care about wins. We care about results. We care about progressing in the Champions League, not being the laughingstock, losing to an Israeli Maccabi Haifa. Yeah, Boo's pissed off. So, when I'm reading these numbers, a lot of it has to do with where we are as a state of the club, but that's a lot of off-field stuff as well, because we paid a €3.5 million penalty or fine or whatever to FIFA for financial fair play. That's how bad we were in our financial state, in terms of what we sold, what we generate, what we buy. And we're just prolonging the main issue, which I don't know if we have to pay next year as well, that 20 million number that was also listed. I have no idea. Because we're getting two different reports, and we get different reports every day. In July or something, it was, yeah, we're not going to buy this summer because we're going to buy next summer because of this penalty. And then you see numbers from Swiss Ramble showing all this horrendous debt that we're in. How are we going to sign players next year with this debt? Looking at these numbers. It's crazy. It's crazy to me that the numbers that are in front of me here. Where's this? Oh, yeah. 252.5 million euros in debt. And then we were told in around January or February last year, that all that debt was covered by Exor. So what is the real numbers here? What is the real story? Is that debt paid off? Why are we still paying fines? No one truly understands our accounting or our finances, because no one truly knows, except for Mr. Agnelli and what's his name? Arriva Bene. And at this moment in time, it is not really Arriva Bene, because he kind of just arrived, but it's Agnelli's issue that we are in this much debt. I don't want to hear the reason, oh, we were in a pandemic, we lost a lot of money. So did other teams. Every Italian team was hit like that. Every team in Spain was hit like that. Real Madrid won a Champions League. Napoli looks great. Napoli spent probably the same amount of money as we did this summer. I'd have to go check again. They look great. Money is not an excuse. Money is not an excuse. We pay as much as anybody else in the league. actually more, not like as much. We pay more than anybody else in the league for our players, for our coach. And that is, I don't want to hear that as an excuse anymore because Napoli's flying. Milan is same steady on as last year. Inter's doing well. I get like they're starting to do well, pick up after the Barcelona games, and now 2 league wins in a row. Not to mention Roma, who barely spent any money. They only spent on salaries. Why are they all doing better than Juventus? Don't say injuries either. That's not an excuse. It's horrendous. So, there you go. There's my little spiel. 10.5 minutes I spent on the finances. And at this point, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Because 254 million post-tax loss is the highest ever in Italy. So we have that title now. At least that's one title we can have. We'll move on to, again, this is not going to be the longest live ever. We will be doing a Q&A after I address some issues or I address some things that came out in the news today. The Ballon d'Or situation, Karim Benzema, congratulations. You won it. Good for you. You're crazy last year, 45 goals or something. Champions League winner, La Liga winner. It's about damn time. I think he won the Nations League as well last year. So 3 big trophies, and congrats to you. Dusan Vlahovic, Juventus player, finished 17th. He finished higher than Harry Kane. He finished higher than Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think in the future, you'd hope that he finishes in that range, or at least maybe even hopefully higher. So I hope that continues with Dusan Vlahovic. Good for him. It's some recognition for him, and there'll be more hype around him, hopefully, because he deserves it. He scores goals, not the best technically, but he still scores goals, and big goals too. So that's the Ballon d'Or talk. Next, we'll move on to the 4 mentioned players that are coming off the injury report or entering the injury report. So let's get the bad news out of the way first. Gleison Bremer, out 20 days, big miss. I think today's the 17th, so 3 weeks would be 24th, 31st, 7th. So he'll be back the last week of the season, pretty much before the team goes on their World Cup break. He misses Benfica, he misses PSG, he misses Inter, and he misses all the games in between that. So Bonucci, Gatti, Rugani, Danilo, here we go. Not good. It's not good. Oh, I don't have that sounder. It's not good, bruv. It's not good. I don't have that sounder that Justin and Ali have. So it is not good. Our main center back is out for the next 3 weeks at least. And we know with this club it could be even longer. So that's not good. And as we know, Di Maria is also out. So Angel Di Maria also had that same duration, 3 weeks, 20 days. And he's looking to come back for the Inter match. So that is November 6th, I believe. And that's just before the World Cup. So he gets a couple minutes under his legs. He goes to the World Cup. He doesn't come back. That's the inside joke Justin and I have. So there you go. There's that. And the 2 that are coming off the injury report are Paul Pogba, as his agent, Rafael Pimenta, did an interview either today or yesterday with Tuttosport. He's coming back shortly, back onto the field. When he's going to play, I don't know. It won't be this week. It won't be next week. I can tell you that, because if he's not on the field yet, he's going to have to get on the field. He's going to have to get into game shape again. And you know that how long that process is with this team. See Federico Chiesa. And Federico Chiesa, speaking about him, he says he's available for Friday. Federico Chiesa himself says he's available Friday. Max Allegri says, nah, go play with the youth team for a bit. As we know, Chiesa's been training for the last 2 weeks with the squad and the youth team when Juventus went away on their away trips for games. So we know Chiesa's probably ready to go. In terms of match fitness, I don't know if there's no way he'll be good for 90 minutes. So maybe he plays a U19 game. Why can't he play a U19 game on, let's say, Wednesday? I'm just saying something here, it's hypothetical. And then Friday he makes the bench at least for Empoli for match day 11. That'd be okay. That'd be pretty good, actually. I'd enjoy that. I said that last night in the After Dark. We need, I need Chiesa just to get my, my interest, to pique my interest. Because I don't want to go into Friday and seeing Samuel Illing Jr. on the bench, knowing full well he's not going to go into the game. Even Sule at this point. Unless we're losing. I want to go into the game on Friday. I want to see Chiesa's name. And I want to see him get 15 minutes. That would pique my interest. That's hype. The golden child's back. So, those are the injury reports. The latest, Gleison Bremer out 20 days. Di Maria out the same amount, but he was out before Bremer, so he's coming back November 6th. Apparently, Bremer is going to be back after that week. Apparently, Chiesa. Why is Misak questioning 15 minutes? Why are you questioning 15 minutes, Misak? Oh. I was being too optimistic with 15 minutes. That's funny. Pogba will return sometime this week, I assume, to the training, not to the first team games. And Chiesa wants to return to the first team games. But Max says, hold your horses, brother. Not yet. So there you go. You're up to date with all the Juventus latest news. Right now, I'm going to open it up to Q&A about anything you want to talk about. Could be Juventus, could be just any football in general. Q&A time. Let me just type that out. Put that in there. Boom. Okay. So, oops. Can I go up here? No. Hold on. I'm trying to do something. Oops. I think you asked me about Scalvini before, correct? I think you asked me about Scalvini. I don't know how to get down here without my mouse. So, yeah. Okay, so Scalvini, I would love to have Scalvini come to Juventus. Young player, Italian player, and honestly, he's going to be free, I think. I think his contract ends at the end of the season, so you might as well get him in. You might as well get him in, or try and get him in at least, because he definitely improves your back line. And he could also, he could play, he's played Regista before. I've seen it. So, a type of player like that, obviously, you don't want him to play Regista the whole time, but he's a solid center back. He does very well for Atalanta. He's one of the main players in the Italian younger international scene. So bring him in. I think Justin would jump all over that. I would jump all over that too. Okay, I'm going to fix something here before I continue, because I'm going to turn my light off and put my mouse in so I can keep up with the chat. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Samson, the great man, mighty, is saying Juve will regret not signing Raspadori. It's a shame, really. Me and Justin have said that before. Like the video if you haven't already, everybody. Anas is saying, how City won the best club in the world with one trophy. I said the same thing. Real Madrid won the Champions League. They won their league. And Real Madrid, or Benzema, won the Ballon d'Or. Or Thibaut Courtois won the goalie of the year, and Ancelotti won the coach of the year. How is that club not the club of the year? They won everything. So, I don't know how they didn't win. But again, who cares? France football. Why does France football dictate what goes on and who's the best? Samuel Bello says, are you scared of Atalanta and Roma keeping up their form for the whole season? Yeah, I am. Not so much Roma, because they still have they still have European games, and they have players that frequently get injured. So I'm not too scared of Roma. But Atalanta, they got nothing to lose. They have 38 games plus Coppa Italia. And it seems to me like Gasperini's getting the groove back. They got fresh legs in there. Ademola Lookman looks great. Scalvini, like we mentioned, he's been looking all right. And Pasalic scores goals, man. Pasalic from midfield scores goals. Nays is saying, what do you think about the Benfica game? Benfica fan here. The next one or the one that happened this year? Or that already happened? Let me know, Nays. Because I have comments on both. Oh, and then Misak brings up Brendan Soppy. That's the name I forgot last time. Brendan Soppy and Singo. So Singo, you're saying is faded? Well, yeah, Singo did not start against Juventus. Ola Aina started on the weekend. So obviously Singo's struggling to get into Juric's side right now. And then Brendan Soppy is doing very well at Atalanta. He came from France, I believe. I forget which team, but yes, he's a decent wing back. Harvard Hansen is saying, oh, by the way, Harvard, I did watch that video. I know I didn't respond to you on Twitter, but I did watch that video, and it's very insightful. So thank you for showing me that. I think it was the Athletic on YouTube. It just talked about Juventus's rise and decline, basically. But he asks, there's talk about Chiesa entering the pitch on Friday. Good or bad idea? I say at this point, good idea. Get him some minutes. Not even to save the season at this point. Not even to save the season at this point. Just I want to be hyped up. I want a reason to watch again, and to be happy to watch. I want to see Chiesa enter the field with the number 7 and be like, let's go. Let's go. We'll have some fun here. I want to see him try and be brave and attack and courageous. I want to see someone like that on the pitch at least. So I don't even care if it's 5 minutes like in injury time, like Misak said. Just let him touch the ball on the field. I'll get hyped. Nay's saying, about Benfica, the next one, or both if you want. I'm going to be completely honest, Nays. Benfica is better than Juventus at this moment, and no Juventus fan can say otherwise. You should win, easily. I say 1 or 2-0. The next Champions League match. Our current form, Di Maria and Bremer out. You're going to have chances to score goals because Bonucci, Danilo, Sandro, Rugani, Gatti, who cares? Take your pick. They ain't it. And you have a fluid front four. And you attack nice. This is Brendan Soppy talk. Soppy came from Bordeaux to Udinese to Atalanta. Oh no, is he on Udinese or Atalanta? Brendan Soppy. I swore he was on Atalanta. Yeah. Oh, he went to Udinese and then yeah, okay. I see what you're saying there. Fair. Samuel Bello, the worst player of the season apart from Quadrado because he's been the worst. Well, yeah. Quadrado has been the worst, but other than Quadrado, Weston McKennie's been brutal. Who else? Take your pick. No, I'll keep Weston McKennie. Yeah. He's been the worst other than Quadrado. And those two happen to start every match still, no matter what. It's like this guy wants to get fired. Misak is saying, which French guy was the last one that came from Bordeaux's youth, Julian? To Juventus? I'm pretty sure it was Zinedine Zidane. Yeah, it was Zizou who last came to Juventus from Bordeaux. So, there you go. Nays is saying, I would like to see Di Maria again in our stadium, but he's injured for the game, right? Yeah, he won't be playing. He will not be playing. Anas is saying, what is the Athletic video title about Juventus? I will look because he sent me it. Oh, very easy. What happened to Juventus? That's the title. Yeah, go on the Athletic YouTube and then just search for what happened to Juventus. It's maybe a week ago. Yeah, a week ago today. Blue Alien, classic. Welcome, Blue Alien. Welcome back. Terrible, both. Misak is saying, yep, it's our future coach. Yep, you're talking about Zidane. And then Blue Alien saying, not a youth product of Bordeaux, if I remember well. So I just went on his Wikipedia page, Brendan Soppy, and it says he was at Rennes. So, according to Wikipedia, his career was CFF Paris to Rennes to Rennes. So, I don't know if he went to Bordeaux. But if he turns out to be as effective as the last player to come from Bordeaux to Juventus, I will not be crying about that. So there you go. Again, if you haven't liked the video already, please like the video. We got 32 people watching, only 22 likes. Get those up. It won't be a long live today. We are doing Q&A time. If you retrack your steps and start listening from the beginning of this show, I went over our horrendous numbers financially. I went over the Ballon d'Or and what I take away from it, and I went over the injury report at the club. What we can look at from this day moving forward for Juventus, we have Friday a match day 11 against Empoli, and we have the Champions League match day 5, as Nace pointed out, against Benfica, and that is on Tuesday, I believe, Tuesday, October 25th. So, going to be shorthanded for a couple more games until Chiesa is allowed to play and Pogba's back, but hey, you still have the quality to beat Empoli, I'm sorry. And when we do get closer to preview time for Empoli, we will discuss how Coney de Winter has been doing and all that stuff, because there's been a lot of hype around Coney de Winter and what he's been able to provide Empoli. So we'll see. And we'll let you guys all know at that time. Blue Alien's asking, do you think we can go far in Europa League eventually? I do not believe we can. We're losing to teams like Monza and Maccabi Haifa at the moment. So nothing is giving me the confidence to say we will beat a team like Arsenal, a team like Man United. And I know some people are going to raise their eyebrows and say, nah, we're better than them. Well, I thought we were better than Maccabi Haifa. So how are we going to do well in the Europa League if we can't even beat an Israeli football club? Or a Monza, which was just recently promoted and never won a game in Serie A before. Until we clean up our mess and start beating teams. Also, we've not even beat a top 4 team in the past year and a half. The only team we've beaten that has some substance is Roma. And that was last year. And we had to come back and beat them 4-3. Or else that was going to be another L, because it was 3-1 at the time. I have zero confidence at the moment we could beat any relevant club. Torino, irrelevant. Derby Day, great, good for us. We got to win. Bologna, shit, 3-0 win. Okay. Who else did we beat this year? I can't even remember. Sassuolo, they were garbage the first game of the season. Now they're 9th. Now they're 1 place behind us. And I forgot our other win. 2-0 against Spezia. Jesus. Samuel Bello saying, for me, I'd rather let Allegri go at the end of the season. I don't want some of these poor players to do a regen and get extended contracts. Yeah, I don't want, there's been talks about Danilo's extension. There's talks about Rabiot's extension. There's talks about Bonucci potentially extending. No. Stop. We don't need that. That's the next wave gone. Last year it was Bernardeschi, Chiellini, Dybala, I forget, Morata we didn't retain. Let them go. This year it's going to be Rabiot, Sandro, Cuadrado. Let them go. Refresh with new players. We need that right now. We don't want more, or we don't want to keep players that are part of this bad streak or bad run of form. Anas is saying, when is the next watch along? Not Friday, because I'm working. I don't know if Justin will do one on Friday. I think he has to pick up his kid maybe. I don't know. I don't know his kid's schedule. But I'm not doing one Friday because I have to work. And the game's at 2:45, 8:45 in Italy. So not the Champions League game because I work. Maybe the week after. Blue Alien saying very true. With Chiesa and Pogba, there's a chance though. There's a chance. There's a chance every game. You could say that about any team. You could say we have a 1% chance to beat Inter, or we have a 1% chance to beat Benfica on October 25th. That's a chance to beat them, but it's a small chance. Chiesa and Pogba would make our chances maybe 10% to beat Benfica, but there's a chance, but it's not a good chance. So yes, I understand what you're saying. It doesn't mean our chances are high, but with Chiesa and Pogba, they do get a little bit better. What left back, left wing back would you like to replace Sandro? Grimaldo seems to be the only name in the air. To be honest, I'm gonna not poop on Benfica a bit, but when we played them, I did not like their backline. They were shaky as shit. So I think a proper team can go at them and get at them, but at the same time, Grimaldo's good at attacking, but he can't defend. So if Allegri was to stay, which I don't say I want him to stay, but if he's staying, Grimaldo will not succeed under Allegri. But he'll be cheap. So it's a tough one there. The name you should have got, or we should have got, was Udogie, and it's a shame that Tottenham got to him first. Udogie should have been that guy. So there's that. Let's see when the next potential watch along is. Remember, everybody, please like the video. Also, if you haven't, go check out our The Pick Is In show. That's where me and Justin have five or so prop bets per game, and we like to compete against each other and keep a tally and see who will come up on top. There will be punishments at the end, whoever loses, monetary and public punishments. And right now I'm winning 16-11. So 16 for me, 11 for Justin. Those shows come out usually 8 hours before kickoff. So go check those out, and you can play along as well in the comments section, and we will take a tally of them. So check those out. Going back to Juve schedule, potential watch-alongs. Let's check out their schedule. Maybe October 29th. Actually, am I busy that day? No. October 29th at 12 p.m. Perfect. Earlier game against Lecce. Maybe that'll be the next watch-along. I was going to say something else. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do my plug about the members. Where's my members? Little plug here. Boom. Consider becoming a member of the Bianconeri Zone. You guys sponsor our preview or match preview section where we predict our bold takes. So check it out. There's three tiers. Premium, obviously. There's lounge, club. You get all that stuff down below. You can read accordingly. Except, obviously, in the emoji section, there is no more delete because screw that guy. But yeah, take a look. You can also join the prediction league once you are in this. Once you become a member, you can become part of our prediction league. And there you go. First place, second place, third place. All those great prizes. All those great prizes you can win if you become first, second, or third. So consider doing that stuff. Oh, forgot to leave that up. Q&A time. Nays is saying, I do think we were weak defending against Juve, but against PSG, the backline, including Grimaldo, were very strong. And before the game against Juve, we will have a Classico game against Porto. Oh, interesting. So I'm glad you said that, Nays, because during my post-match reaction to to match day 2 Benfica Juventus, I was saying that they looked very shaky defensively. The whole game, not even that first 20 minutes, which they obviously were very shaky because we were taking it to them. But the whole game they looked shaky and they looked like you could get at them. Now, Benfica fans were coming at me during that post-match saying, "No, what are you talking about? We were good defensive." And I'm very happy that a Benfica fan saw the truth and what I saw as well. So thank you for that. Thank you. But yeah, Porto's hard game. That's your hardest game of the year. So Benfica, Porto, right before Juventus and Benfica. If Juventus can get 3 points against Benfica that game, which again, not very likely, but if they can, and they somehow put squeaky bum time into Benfica, and they somehow draw Maccabi Haifa the next game, and we beat PSG, there's your avenue into the round of 16. But it's so unlikely that that's going to happen. We're too far behind now. Maccabi's not going to tie Benfica. So, it is what it is. Samuel Bello saying, but I want... Oh, so you're having a conversation with Hanin. Yeah, cool. Okay, do I have anything else that I need to say right now? I don't believe so. I think tomorrow is another live with Alejandro. We're gonna kick that up again because he had to step out today. We'll have more talking points at least and more bounce back because it's tougher with one person doing a live and there's not much to talk about today. So again, thank you all for watching, sticking with it. It is a longer break in between games now, between Saturday now Friday. When was the last time we had a week off besides the international break? I think the players will appreciate that week off, basically. Will we play a 3-5-2 again on Friday? Maybe. I hope we do because we played a 3-5-2 against Bologna, won 3-0. We didn't do it against Milan, lost. We didn't do it against Maccabi Haifa, we lost. And now we did it again on Saturday and we won. So I think, I made a hot take video saying that's the way to go. So there you go. Naze is saying, I think you have a good chance against PSG. You will have the likes of Pogba and Chiesa on that level. We have Enzo. Man, Enzo's good. I love Enzo Fernandez. I wish that Juventus got him in the summer earlier on before Benfica did because there were links to Enzo Fernandez. That guy's a quality player. That guy, when you sell him, because obviously Benfica is who they are, they're going to sell him for 60, 65 million euros and just make bank. As they usually do. And as they usually do, they'll scout very well, recruit very well, and replace him very well. So Benfica has a model that isn't the best to go off of. It's similar to the Ajax one where they produce a lot of good players, but they can never get to the end goal. However, I like the way they do things. But I also like how what big clubs do. They do. Oh. So Naze is correcting me. He's saying 85 million. Write it down. Sure. Maybe. I just think that 60 to 65 would probably be an opening bid from a Premier League club at least. Or, obviously, Real Madrid comes sniffing in. Barcelona come running along and they say, hey, maybe 85. So maybe something like that happens. I don't know. Samuel Bello saying we should have gotten Enzo instead of Paredes. How much did you spend for Enzo again? Actually, I can just check that. Where's my transfer market? Transfer markets. Enzo Fernandez. Come on, load. I hate that. Wow, only 13.2 million. 18 with add-ons. What a steal. That is an absolute steal. Good for Benfica, man. Good for them. You got to rate that. But yeah, Paredes is a luxury player. The thing with Paredes is I'm gonna keep hyping up Paredes. Not hyping up, but like, I'm gonna say Paredes would be a good player on this team if everything was going well. Um, Paredes is a player who is the main midfielder in Argentina's national team that hasn't lost since 2019. There's a reason why he plays every game for them. There's a reason why um, the players love him. He does a lot of dirty work and he keeps it simple, and he has a work engine that is few and far between. And we saw that at the beginning of the year when he first came to Juventus. Now he's barely being used. I don't know why. But in hindsight right now, yeah, of course you'd rather have Enzo because he's 20 or something. I don't know, 20 or 21. So I think with a better coach and a better way of playing the game, you can have Paredes start and be good as a regista. You just have to have Locatelli and Rabiot beside him, or Locatelli and Pogba beside him, like a normal person, and playing a 4-3-3 like a normal coach would with this team. Again, don't start Sule. Start Sule as a right winger. Why hasn't that happened yet? We're already down in the dumps. Cuadrado's so bad, wasting possession, passing to the other team constantly. Start Sule one game in a 4-3-3. I think when Pogba and Chiesa come back and Di Maria's fit, you'll start seeing that stuff again. I hope, at least. So yeah, Samuel Bello doesn't like him because he doesn't close. He needs to close the world-class players. Oh, he needs world-class players playing with him. I mean, some players need that. He's not the best player in the world, right? Paredes is a guy who does need good players around him, and that's fine. He will have good players around him if everybody's fit and healthy. Pogba and Locatelli will make Paredes look very good. Just like Vlahovic will look very good when he consistently plays with Chiesa and Di Maria every game. So it's a shame that the ideal starting six or front six have never played together yet. And they will not play until after the World Cup. It's a shame, but at the same time, this is Juventus. This is the club that we love and support, and we know that the medical team sucks, and the players always get hurt. So we can never have nice things. And then Samuel, I'll do one more question, and then Samuel's asking about Locatelli. Apart from Allegri tax, he has been poor. Passes have been bad. Yeah, he's been poor. Again, I don't like him I don't like him as a central regista. I like him picking up the ball higher up the pitch, and because if he does play one of his incisive passes or a progressive pass, and he loses the ball closer to their net, that's fine. Whereas when he tries those passes and closer to his own defensive third, his own neutral third, it looks worse and it's more costly. So I thought that's why the whole Paredes coming to Juventus was a thing, to allow Locatelli to bump up. But again, Max Allegri. You said it yourself, Allegri tax. So I hope everybody's fit very soon and we can get on this train where we win and play not attacking football. What's the word I want to use? Incisive football. Sure, I'll use that word. Khalid's asking, what do you think of the Bonucci Di Maria leaving in January fake reports? I wouldn't be surprised if Di Maria left. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If Bonucci leaves, that's a little more shocking, but who's going to get Bonucci? Who's going to get 35-year-old Bonucci making so much money? So Bonucci, I don't believe at all. Whatever. But Di Maria, I can see happening, because if once we're out of the Champions League, once he's done playing in the World Cup, what else is there to play for at the club? What else is there to play for Di Maria? Yes, could he be professional? Absolutely. But yeah, it is what it is. So you read that Tottenham might go after Bonucci. If he goes to the Premier League, he is going to get roasted. Because there is no defensive, like, nobody cares about defensive solidity in that league. It is back and forth, quick, bang, bang, balls over the top. He can't even get the balls over the top. Yes, Conte's the coach. Yes, he's played under Conte before. But that was 2016. How many years ago? 6-7 years ago. So I don't see Bonucci working out at Tottenham at all. Would he be a good ball-playing defender that launches attacks there? Yeah, but they like to soak up pressure and defend, and he can't do that anymore. So we're going to be screwed while Bremer's out because Bonucci's going to play more. No, Khalid, I'm talking about Italy as well. That's why I said 2016. And then Samson the Great Man is saying, I would like Juve to crash out early in European competition so that we can concentrate on the league. Yes. If we're not going to finish second, don't finish third. That's my take on this current Champions League group. If you're not going to finish second, which it's going to be extremely hard to finish second, you better not finish third. I do not want to watch Juventus play Karabag. I don't want to watch Juventus play Arsenal and get our shit kicked in the Europa League. If it was the Champions League, that's one thing, because you're still in the Champions League, so it's fine. And we've lost to worse teams. But if we're going to the Europa League just to get our shit kicked in by an Arsenal, a Man United, Barcelona, who's going to get dropped down, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So I agree. I'm pretty much in agreement with Samson the Great Man. And then Dan Brile, one of our consistent listeners, saying Bonucci isn't going anywhere. I agree with you, and I'm sad. And, okay, I'll finally end it on this because now I've actually talked for a while. 50 minutes. That's almost too long. Does Allegri stay till the World Cup or till the end of the season? He's going to get 2 or 3 more wins, and he's going to stay until the end of the season. He's going to get 2 or 3 more wins until the World Cup is what I'm saying. And then he's going to stay until the end of the season because, like we heard after the Maccabi Haifa game, Agnelli's saying, we don't fire our coach mid-season, blah, blah, blah. We still think we have a chance in the league. Blah, blah, blah. So he's going to give us fake bullshit excuses, and I think he stays until the end of the season, which is unfortunate. So, with that, thank you all for watching. Like the video as we do our outro, or if you want to do it while I speak about all of our great stuff coming up. Again, tomorrow, live. Wednesday, not sure, maybe live. Thursday, it's going to be an After Dark / we're going to do also The Pick Is In. The Pick Is In is going to come out on Friday. So watch that show. It's really fun. And then, obviously, the post-match reactions to... who do we play Friday? Empoli and Juventus will be on Friday directly after the game. So until then, thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like this video if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay notified with all of our latest stuff. Share this video if you want to. Share the video with all your friends. Follow myself at Gennady151 on Twitter. Follow Justin Sofro at Justin Sofro on Twitter. Follow Alejandro at AlejandroBZ on Twitter. And follow bianconerizone on all social media platforms. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at bianconerizone. Thank you all for watching. Have a great evening. Ciao for now.